breaking news. The recount they've been conducting right here in Broward County will no longer count because the numbers were submitted 2 minutes past the deadline, and the original vote totals will now be the baseline. The manual recount will proceed, but it's another twist in quite a story. And today, a federal judge said Florida was the laughingstock of the world election after election, and we chose not to fix this. A quote even more apt given the breaking news tonight. Of course, this recount is the first time since the 2000 recount. And for reporters, anchors, and many others who've covered both stories, this is deja vu all over again.
The state of Florida racing to complete a recount, trying to process the more than 8 million votes cast by the Thursday deadline.
Florida, where the ballots will now be counted by hand.
Why would you put the Senate vote way down at the bottom left-hand corner?
These punch card machines are not that effective.
They're racing against the clock in Florida to finish recounts. It all depends on a recount in the state of Florida.
And there you have it. I'm joined by a man at the center of the recount in the state of Florida. This is Governor Rick Scott, Senior Campaign Advisor Brad Todd, right here with me. Brad Todd and Alex Harris, a reporter for the Miami Herald who was in there with this breaking news. What did you see?
Right. Absolutely stunning news we heard today. We had been sitting there. We had just gotten the news that they had made it. They were 15 minutes ahead of deadline. They were ready to go and submit these results. 2 hours later, they came back and said, actually, just kidding. We were 2 minutes late because the person who was in charge of submitting the results did not know how to work the website. So now the entire week's worth of counting and recounting is over.
So they had the numbers, and they say that the official in there who was actually just putting them up just hadn't had enough practice on the website.
Right. He said it was a user error. He didn't know how to work the website, and none of the results count.
What was the mood in there when that news broke?
Jaws dropped. That entire room was just stunned. Even the lawyers didn't know what to say.
Brad, your candidate may ultimately win here, and yet he has really sort of embarrassed himself by saying all these things that aren't true, by alleging that this process was going to hurt him. In fact, before these numbers were just canceled out, as we heard, the Democratic margin was decreasing.
Wait a minute. You know, every time when you were a kid and you said the dog ate my homework, the dog really never ate your homework. And they really didn't have this issue of 2 minutes ahead of time. What happened was Rick Scott gained 779 votes in Broward County, and they decided maybe that's not a good thing. Let's go the other way. Brenda Snipes is a partisan.
Let me ask you a question, because you sound like your candidate. You're saying something. Do you have any evidence you can offer, any specific evidence of the political nature of this problem?
She's a partisan Democrat. She's made strings of mistakes in this time. They all benefited Bill Nelson.
That's not what I'm asking you.
They've all benefited Bill Nelson.
We've been covering Brenda Snipes' problems. We're all over that. She got a lot of problems. I'm asking you if you have any specific evidence that this was a political operation with regard to the 2 minutes.
15 minutes ahead of time, she says they can announce the count. 2 minutes ahead of time, she goes, boy, I sure am proud of us of how we made it. We made it. We're so proud of ourselves. Suddenly now, after it's 779 votes, the biggest differential in Rick Scott's favor of any county in 67 counties in Florida, and they say, oh, no, the dog ate my homework. The dog never eats your homework.
Did you find, when you were inside there, any evidence that the 2 minute error was a way to try to deprive Rick Scott of votes?
To me, it seems like, why would they do all of that work just to be embarrassed again? This is something that this elections department has been working really, really hard to avoid any more embarrassment. And here's another one.
Their entire job involves counting votes and loading votes into the Secretary of State system. They're all trained professionals. See, I give them more credit. I think that they're trained professionals. They know exactly how to operate with the Secretary of State because they interface with them every day.
Well, this is just saying, which is it? Is it that they're incompetent, which is, we've found that. We're not here to say they're good or bad, that we found incompetence, or is it that they're very competent at stealing elections, which is what you and Rick Scott have been alleging?
Here's the thing. Fraud hides in the shadows of noncompliance. That's where it goes. And we have a string of noncompliance out of Broward County. We have a string of noncompliance in Palm Beach County. And therefore, you will never know if it wasn't fraud. You know why? Because the reason we have these anti-fraud laws in place is so everyone can know for certain there was no fraud. And when election administrators don't abide by anti-fraud laws,
well, they've abided by them. I mean, we were in there. We watched them inspecting all this. You're making a new allegation.
No, on Tuesday night.
You're making some news, because this is the first time we've heard that the Scott campaign responded. Your news is you have a secret theory that this was a political way to deny Rick Scott votes, but you don't have any evidence for it. I want to ask you
if you think it's a coincidence that every mistake this Board of Elections has made has favored Bill Nelson. Is that a coincidence or not?
I mean, last time I checked, Bill Nelson is down 12,000 votes.
Every mistake they've made has suddenly favored Bill Nelson. Starting on Tuesday night. On Tuesday night, every elections commission is supposed to announce the number of votes it has yet to tabulate. The reason they do that is so we all know the universe. We all know what's still left to tabulate. It's a very reasonable request. They failed here.
Let me ask you one final question. We're almost out of time. If Rick Scott does win, is he going to try to take any action to improve the election systems? Because he was in charge of all
You know
this.
what we did? The state of Florida improved its election process after 2000. 65 out of 67 counties in Florida have had no problems. These anti-fraud laws were passed unanimously in the Florida legislature. Unanimously. If Democrats didn't like them, the time to object was on the floor of the legislature.
You've made some interesting allegations tonight. Some relate to the incompetence that's been documented. Some have no support whatsoever. I appreciate you coming on the show to give your view.
Thank you.
I appreciate your reporting. Thank you. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.